Welcome to another video from Dr. Lock. We're going to look at the Lockwood 001. This one came back and was said to have a problem with it, so we're going to go through and see if we can recreate the problem. So we have here our strike, no problem there, so we'll just chuck that aside. The lock is where I've been told the problem is, so we're going to go through and see if we can find that problem. We're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver, so let's grab one of them. First of all, let's check everything's in order there. Looks good. Going to tighten these screws up. So there's two problems we're going to be looking at today. The first one is a secondary latch. It's meant to be binding, so we're going to look at how we can fix that and if that is a problem. The second one is the very unusual problem of the key jumping around. So before we do anything, let's just check that this lock works good, proper, no problems. So I'm just going to use my flat blade screwdriver to simulate the tail piece here. So this is a rim mounted, fire rated, Sherman screws, double locking deadlock. Lockwood, turn it one way, let it hold back, turn it the other way, pulls the latch back. Secondary should be pushed in to make this latch dead latch, and that seems to work. Let's check different. Okay, that seems to work. I'm happy with that. Happy with it there. Everything seems to be okay. Now, first issue. The secondary gets sluggy, so I can't see any reason for that. Maybe if it's got pressure on the bolt. No. Okay, what about pressure here? Aha. Alright, so this plate right here, underneath here, and I'll show you what it looks like. When pressure is applied to that, the secondary starts to bind. Why this is because the plate is sometimes 1mm higher than the lock body. So let's strip it down a little bit just to quickly show you. So here's the plate here. You can see it with a 90-degree angle right here. So what happens is that when it should actually be flat, maybe the door is a little bit warped or pushing something towards it. So to me it looks flat on one side, and if you're lucky you've got a millimetre there. So that plate right there, when pressure is applied, makes that latch. I mean, to fix that you just hit it with a file, take it down, give it another millimetre, and that will fix that problem. Now the other problem we're looking at on this side here, and that might or might not be a design fault with this. On this particular part, I mean, when I rub my finger over it I can feel it. It's a little bit proud here, very slightly, not much at all. So just be aware of it, and if you are in that situation where you're fitting one to the door and you find that this secondary is like binding, if you just hit this little plate right here, which is all this piece here, if you hit that with a file, you'll be good to go. Okay, second problem. The customer is rotating the key. You rotate it normally 360 degrees and you pull it out, and when you come home of an afternoon, when this plate is on and the cylinder is rotated, it will automatically release. That's normal. What I've been told is that this cylinder can jump all the way around. I tried it a few times, I couldn't get it to do it, no matter how much I tried. Every now and again I got lucky and I was able to flick and really get it to go past that point. Once or twice I was lucky enough to, so I've literally got to do this to get it to, and now it won't do it. So let's put the backing plate back on it. I mean, you should never be really turning the lock that much to actually, you know, what I was just doing. Let's unlock it first. Put our plate back on there, line up the hub, put our screws back in there, and let's try it one more time. I did actually simulate it before I could get it to do it, but I really had to give it a lot of quick goes at it to get it to do it. As to why the customer was able to do it, I have no idea. This lock came off a job, and probably go back to Lockwood for that reason. Something wasn't quite right, but let's see if we can get it to do it. Okay, it did it. It went round. Even if I try and force it really quick, okay, did it again. There's the key in that position. I can rotate it all the way around again. So that's in the red position. Pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling, pushing, pulling. So that's how quick, that did it again. That's how quick and how much force I had to put on to actually make that do that. So let's have a look and see what parts are moving to do that. I mean, that's out of the spectrum of normal use.